All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so today it's Thursday. I haven't been filming anything all week just because there's nothing been really too eventful. But right now, I'm about to head to Walmart and get some water shoes because we're about to go to San Antonio to the river, and we're also gonna go to UFC. So it's gonna be a fun weekend. But this trading week wasn't the best, but it was way better than last week. So I started off Monday and Tuesday with like losses, and they're I know the trades weren't good, and we'll review on them and I'll explain more later. Wednesday I took a pretty good trade in my opinion, but it hit break even, but I followed all my rules, so I wasn't too mad about it. And then today I took 2 trades and they banked. So just letting y'all know, lost my old account, but right now I'm up a little bit on the new account. So I'm up Wednesday started it, hit break even. Today I'm up on it, so right now I'm up 450 on the account. So yeah. All right, I'll see y'all later. We're on our way to San Antonio. My Mexican OT.
Don't forget our son, Coco.
Oh yeah, our son Coco.
Oh yeah.
Coconut.
All right, guys.
Vámonos. Hey, but wait, we're gonna stop at this gas station real quick. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go.
Noche UFC.
Where's Leia?
We're about to witness Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez.
Yes, sir. Y'all
Let's
ready
get
for
it.
y'all first UFC event?
Let's get it. I've only been to 2 pay-per-views. This is my first Fight Night card, so
This is my first Fight
should be
Night.
cool. What's going on, guys? We just got back from San Antonio. It's a pretty fun weekend. Thursday we got there Thursday. Friday we went to the river, chilled, and then got back. We ate, and then Saturday, as you saw, I didn't get that many clips, but we went to the UFC event, and then we went to go back to the Airbnb, and we made food and watched Canelo Crawford. Pretty good fight. The Canelo Crawford fight, but the UFC is far more entertaining, honestly. So, that was my third event. But anyways, enough of that. I'm gonna get to the recap. Okay. So starting Monday, we lost. Of course, Tuesday we lost. Wednesday break even. Thursday 2 wins, and then Friday, man, I felt really good after that Thursday win. So I was like, you know what? I was like laying in my bed at the Airbnb. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a trade, but we'll get back into that one. I was like, damn. Anyways, so going into the day, let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, going into the day, we did close over the lower time frame on the 4-hour pre-market, but I was looking at the 1-hour. And we were in this big old zone, and we took out this liquidity. I was like, all right, I'm looking for shorts. We should be good to take something. But honestly, it was pretty dumb because it's pretty hard to trade like a range like this big, It's not like for sure certain if we just, we took out this liquidity, we have a fair value gap right here. It doesn't matter just because this whole area is a fair value gap. So honestly, I just need to be better with, being smarter with those types of trades. So let me scale down to the 15. Okay. So yeah, we took out the liquidity. Didn't see much on the 15, so I believe it was on the 1 minute where I executed. Let's see. This thing's annoying. Okay. So we took that out. As soon as the market opened, we had this 1 minute fair value gap. And honestly, this was not a good trade. I did not like it. I learned this valuable lesson. I keep saying I'm a lot, my bad. It's basically, if you take a trade in your head, let's say you hypothetically lose, right? Are you going to be mad if you took that trade? If the answer is yes, then you know you're not taking a good trade. So, for me, I'm trying to debate this. Because honestly, it wasn't the best because I really didn't let price form. I just got in pretty early. I cut in as soon as we rejected this 1 minute. Entered in shorts. Boom. Right here. Pretty bad fill. Honestly, I don't even remember where it was. It probably could have been somewhere around here. Doesn't matter. Got stopped out. I was like, alright, damn. Whatever. Should have gotten either a better fill or just not gotten taking the trade. And honestly, got a better fill, better stop loss. I could have honestly just waited until this low got taken out, and we take longs as soon as we take out these lows and try to find something else. But I believe earlier you saw we had a 4-hour imbalance on that Monday, so that's what we're kind of retracing to. We needed to retrace to some type of liquidity, and yeah, that's what happened. See, we tapped into that 4-hour, unfilled, we filled it. After that, we went long. So I could have honestly just waited, and we're pretty close to all-time highs. So sometimes all-time highs is a little bit tricky, and you also got to take into consideration. That's what happened on Friday. We'll see on that later. Okay, so that was an L. Whatever. Not whatever, but you got to learn from it and just improve on your trades and, just take A+ setups. But Tuesday, let's see. Tuesday, we had SMT at these lows. I remember. Obviously, we didn't have this candle yet, so you already know what happened. Let's see. Okay, going into Tuesday, we had this SMT ski, right? With this SMT, and I took this trade on NQ, so I took it pre-market off this 1 minute as soon as we tapped into it. We had SMT, we had this 15-minute imbalance, so I was like, alright, we do not really have any 15-minute imbalances or anything to this area, so I was at least trying to target these highs. Honestly, if I just had a bigger stop loss, this could have been a calm little trade. So I got stopped out. I was like, okay, cool. I re-entered into it. I was still confident in it, and I took it to this high. I took it to that high, and I waited, and then I re-entered. Honestly, I just kept trying to take it. It was just kind of weird. I should just as soon as we, what's it called? As soon as we, we did make these equal highs, so that's what made me pretty confident that we could go back up. So that's why I stuck around in the trade. That's why I didn't put it at break even, honestly. But I mean, that's what happens sometimes. You just gotta, realize that not every trade, even though you think everything is good, everything's set in stone, that doesn't mean everything's gonna be good. But I believe we ended up rebalancing to another 15-minute unfilled. So we tapped into that, and that's what sent us up all the way back to those levels. And we also created a SMT, I believe, right here. You see that we took out those highs, and then right here we did it. We could have probably found something around here, but by then I was already stopped out for the day. But that's just in hindsight, So yeah. That was basically Tuesday, and then after that, honestly, I was just like, you know what? I'm done taking pre-market trades unless it's a really good A+ setup. It's I just gotta make sure everything is good. I gotta be more picky with pre-market trades, more in and out, and just it has to be a really good trade for me to take it. I was just really wanting to take something just because I've been on this losing streak. After that, I started talking to my friend. He just gave me some advice, just being more patient and just
waiting for your model and just when Wednesday rolled around, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, and if nothing presents itself, I'm just not gonna take anything. But we waited for an A+ setup and we got it. Everything looked good. At least coming today we had this news candle. We took it out on NQ, so I was really like looking forward to take something. So on the higher time frame, we did have like this huge hour imbalance. We also had a 15 right here, so we tapped into those levels. They were untapped, so I was like, you know what? A lot of times my mistake is I try to aim for these 1 to 2s, and sometimes the levels don't show itself. So let's say I got into this trade. This is a 1 to 1.67. Sometimes I would be like, I have to aim for a 1 to 2. That's stupid. Realistically, if you really confident into these these news data highs, you could have taken it. But I was just honestly content with taking it to these levels. Because I was confident in it. That was my trade. So as soon as that happened, we tapped into these levels. We had an SMT, took out these lows. I was like, all right, cool. Waited for an inversion. We inversed this 1 minute. Tapped into right here, and we got into right here. I could have done 4 cons, but I was like, you know what? It's a pretty big stop loss. I'm just gonna do 3 cons and just aim for these levels. So it would be a 1 to 1.67. So as soon as I got in, I was like, alright, everything's looking good. Pretty good trade. We were consolidating for a while. My reason for break even was as soon as we took out these highs, we created SMT to the downside, obviously. So as soon as something like that happens, you just gotta be conscious of that and not be like greedy and just be like, no, we can still go up. I'm not gonna put that break even yet, or I'm not gonna do it at all. I'm just gonna wait until it hits my stop loss. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna put that break even. And whatever happens. Stop that at break even. And honestly, I was still pretty happy this day. I was just like, follow my rules. Everything was good, But this week, this day was honestly a really good day for me. Even though we didn't win or lose, it was just like, I was like, we're happy about the outcome. If that makes sense. So going into this day, lately I've been looking more at the mech model. I don't know if y'all heard of PB. They trade it sometimes. It's still ICT concepts and everything where I trade, but it's just more short term, just kind of like scalps. So going into this day, I was just looking for trades and looking for lows to be taken out, but all these lows were all the way right here, and it didn't look like we were gonna like tap into anything. So I was just like, you know what, I might just take a shorter time frame trade and just try to take something off the 5 minute. So that's what I was planning on doing. So we tapped into this 5 minute, we rejected, and everything started looking good. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna take this trade, see how it goes. So as soon as that happens, we tap into that 5 minute, and you can't see, but I took it off as soon as the 5 minute rejected. I took it off an inversion off the 15 second. If you're taking these shorter time frame trades, then yeah, that's fine. If you want to take it off the 15 second, take it off the 15 second, but it has to be, I would never do a 15-second trade and aim for a crazy level just because I wouldn't be as confident as that just because it's a lower time frame. That'd be, stupid. Oh, I went to the 15 minute instead of the 15 second, my bad. Hold on, let me have to scroll a good amount just because I want a shorter time frame. Alright, so that happened. So we inverse this 15 second. After the resweep, we reset back to these levels on the shorter time frame. We had these 3 green candles. Boom, boom, boom. I was confident. I was like, alright, cool. I'm gonna take it to this other 5 minute imbalance. So I took it to the 5 minute imbalance. It was a cool little 160. I was like, alright, solid trade. I wanted to test out the model. I'm not really proficient in it 100%, but once I, spot it and, I try to take it. But I mostly try to take my regular model, my buyer breaker, or market maker buyer, or market maker sell. So, But if I somehow, find this model on the charts and it presents itself, I'm gonna, take it. So going into the next trade, we had another 5 minute imbalance. I was like, all right, I'm looking for a continuation, honestly, to keep pumping up, just because I really think we're gonna take out these highs. That was the all-time highs, I believe. If not, I may be mistaken. I think all-time highs might be a little higher. You know what? I'm just gonna explain this trade and I'll just check if it was all-time highs. But it was definitely a key level. So we had that 15. We had that 5 minute. We tapped back into the. We tapped into it. We rejected pretty good. So I was like, oh no, honestly, I was pretty confident. So waited for this 15-second. We inversed all the way to this level. I don't remember why I didn't take it. I think I took it off the 30-second maybe, or it was off the 15-second. But it started going up. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna get in. Because I did hesitate a little bit at first, but I put it at I was gonna put it at the swing low, but a lot of times, when it comes to these types of trades, we have that little resweep, and we end up going right back up. So I put it a little bit lower, and that was a 1 to 1.2. So with these trades, I just look for little 1-to-1s, 1 to 1.2, 1.4, just depending what the levels show. This trade I made pretty good money. I risked 250 and I made 300, and that day was 450, so it wasn't bad. So that day I was feeling pretty good, just because I was able to recognize the model and just execute off of it. So yeah, and I believe the level was it was this daily high, or this 4-hour high. So going into the other day, I was we're at the beach house. I was like, man, I really want to trade. Got out of my bed. Let's see. We created this this bearish SMT to the downside. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty bearish. But honestly, I remember earlier in my thought process, I was thinking, we're all-time highs. I should really be looking for longs. But then, I got ahead of myself. I saw, 5-minute imbalance, unfilled. But when it comes to these types of trades, or just any trades, honestly, in general, you have to have narrative behind it. You can't just, see confluences and just take it. You got to see what the trend has been showing and mix everything together. Would it be the trend, the lows, the highs? Are we at all-time highs? Are we at a discounted price range zone? Just a bunch of things. So I saw a 5, and I went to the 15-second, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was a 15-second. And let me zoom in. We inverted 15-second. I was like, alright, I'm pretty confident. Honestly, I should have just went break even. And maybe if I didn't want to even take it, I should have just went break even relatively quickly. Boom. I could have, went break even at this internal low, or these little internal lows, and just, got break even, and then just stop on the day. And just be like, alright, I'm good. But it was only a $180 loss. I lost right here. So I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm just done for the day. I'm not gonna, trade and just be stupid. I'm just gonna reflect on it, and I'm at a beach house. I'm just gonna enjoy, or not a beach house. I keep saying beach house because, never mind. We usually go to beach houses around this area, like Galveston area, by Houston. But anyways. So that happened. I was at the Airbnb. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to go over the trades later and just realize what I did wrong and right. So this week overall, I'm up I'm up like 200 and something on the account. I lost the old account, made a good amount of mistakes, but I'm just going to learn to be more patient and just more picky with my setups. Definitely a better week than last week, but, we need more improvement in all of our trades and everything. So, yeah. Also, yeah, we were at all-time highs. It was kind of stupid. Should have just waited for a bullish setup. A good, upside trade. So, that's what happened. But, yeah. That's honestly it for today. And, sorry if I'm being, slouchy today, sounding all tired. It's been, we just got from a 3.5 hour car ride. Pretty tired, honestly, and I'm just ready to lock back in and start trading tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see y'all next Sunday. So yeah.